The true essence of India lies in its villages. It is in its true culture and knowledge, which unfortunately, over the years, overshadowed by Western templates of modernization. The strength of India lies in the hands of people who are not so privileged to have great education for some reason, yet with their dedication, commitment, and hard work, serve the nation to grow every single day. In today's topic, we are going to focus on supply chain management or logistics. Imagine India of 1950s. There was no technology available to manage the logistics, or even if it was available, not affordable for everyone. There comes into the picture the right power of people coupled with passion and driven by determination. Take a look at the story of India's White Revolution. It all begins in the Kheda district of central Gujarat way back in the 1940s. The farmers of the Anand region used to supply milk to Polson Dairy at a very low rates, and the dairy used to sell this milk to Bombay government. While Polson Dairy received lots of profits, farmers got literally nothing. People of Gujarat, known for their rich cultural heritage and sharp business mind, are not the ones who give up hope easily. The farmers under the leadership of Tribhuvan Das Kishibai Patel took the matter to Iron Man of India, Sardar Patel. The result was the formation of Kheda District Cooperative Milk Producers Union Limited in Anand. This was one of the first such business models which later paved the path for successful cooperative movement across India. The Farmers Association appointed Dr. Varghese Kurian, a dairy expert who hailed from Calicut, Kerala, to manage the dairy operation. Dr. Kurian, with his outstanding vision and hard work, backed by the support of Gujarat farmers, brought in a revolution in the dairy industry of Gujarat, which made the business of milk in Gujarat so precious or amulya that led to the formation of Anand Milk Union Limited, or brand Amul. Vision and dream of Dr. Kurian and Tribhuvan Das Patel, with the support of farmers of Gujarat, stood tall even though there was a fierce competition from multinational milk product suppliers. With its people-oriented design and uncompromised quality, Amul went on to expand all over India and started exporting to the outside world. The success of Gujarat milk movement was so vital that it made then Prime Minister Lal Bahadur Shastri to form the National Dairy Development Board outside Delhi, and it was built in Anand, Gujarat. Today, India is among world's largest milk producers. The White Revolution of the 1960s and the success of Amul People's Movement should be credited for this. This story teaches us all how villages of India can add on to greater success stories and how cooperation is key to success. Take a look at Mumbai, Maharashtra, the land of Chhatrapati Shivaji, the city with infinite positivity and endless possibilities. This city has something for everyone. In the case of Amul, we have seen a group of producers wants to deliver their product to consumers spread across the whole country. Whereas in this curious case of Mumbai, the need is such that an individual manufacturer consumes his own product but at a different place and at a different time. Here, the manufacturer and consumer I am talking about is none other than the busy Mumbaikar who needs to catch his local train to work early in the morning, whose busy schedule and crowded travel path doesn't really support carrying a tiffin box of freshly cooked lunch. Just like any other problem, Mumbai has its unique solution to this too. To the rescue, here come the right people in white caps, Mumbai Dabbawalas. Mumbai has a massive network of over 5,000 Dabbawalas in action for over 125 years now, delivering food from homes to the office and returning the empty dabbas each day without a fail. This ISO certified supply chain thrives on the strength of unified manpower, not on any technology. The Dabbawalas are known for their reliability. The city of Mumbai trusts them for their honesty and integrity. Though most of its members barely attended secondary school, yet with the defect rate of 1 in 6 million, this Six Sigma certified network of Dabbawalas has grabbed the attention of many institutions across the world. So how does this network work so efficiently? At first place, each person selected in this chain with a due recommendation, a guarantee or verbal assurance on the candidate's character given by an existing member. Each Dabbawala takes responsibility for 30 to 35 customers in a particular area. They operate in a group of 20 to 25 men and the group head is responsible for all their activities. The Dabbawalas collect lunch boxes in the morning from their assigned customer homes, and then these dabbas are taken to the nearest railway station by cycle. Then they are taken to the required destination by the local train. The dabbas marked with a simple yet effective coding system consisting of numbers and letters. Every letter or number in this code provides different information about the source and destination, which is memorized by the dabbawalas. At the destination station, the dabbas are sorted and delivered to the office right before lunchtime. And at noon, after lunchtime, the whole process is reversed and the dabba is returned to the customer's home. In 1998, Forbes Global magazine conducted a quality assurance study on their operations and gave a rating of 99.99. The error rate is so low, it stands at the high standards as close to the likes of the world's finest MNCs. Though they come from lower income sectors, though they were not so privileged to have quality education, yet with their unmatched dedication and out-of-the-box system, Mumbai Dabbawala stand tall among any successful business in India. They never complained about their salaries, nor did they discontinue their service for a single day, no matter what happens. For them, the customer is their God and the customer is their Vithala. For hundreds of years, they have kept the city of Mumbai healthy and happy, and they are the pride of Maharashtra and the whole of India. These two stories explain to us connecting people together no matter whether they come from cities or villages, no matter whether they are educated or not. But when directed in a well-disciplined and determined manner, it can work wonders. It can help the nation to prosper in a greater manner. That is how Dabbawalas became the lifeline of Mumbai. That is how Amul became the taste of India. And these people are our right power of India. It's time we open our eyes. It's time we throw away useless Western templates. It's time we recognize and respect our real heroes and take their stories as inspiration to contribute something of our own for the nation building. That's it for today. If you like our efforts, please like, share, comment and also subscribe to our channel. We'll come up with a new story in our next episode of Right Power of India. Until then, grab your seats, join this journey with us, Right Poi.